People ask me why I started running, and actually I have no idea. I cannot remember why I started. I remember watching the very first London Marathon in 1981, and I remember thinking at the time, why on earth would anyone want to do a marathon? You must be mad to do a marathon. Park that thought, more about it later. Anyway, in 1984, running was starting to become popular. Jim Fixx, the American, had written a book and it was taking off in America and it was starting to become popular here. And at the time, I had 4 children under 5. The youngest were twins. They were about 10 months old. And I don't know whether it was to lose the baby weight or whether it was something I could do on my own. But anyway, I thought I'd give it a go. And I was always sporty at school, so it wasn't as if I went from total couch potato to thinking I would go running. So there was a sort of history of sport. Now, I remember my first run very, very clearly. The twins were still breastfeeding, so I came downstairs in the morning with tits like melons. And I had to feed the twins. And then I didn't put on running gear because I didn't want to look idiotic if I had to stop halfway around. So I was just wearing ordinary jeans, T-shirt, didn't have a running bra. And you can imagine what that must have looked like if I was breastfeeding. I know nothing about how to set off or anything. So I decided I would do a mile. That seemed like a sensible sort of distance to do. And I remember when I got back, oh God, I felt awful. I was puce, my face was puce, my chest hurt, I was absolutely exhausted. And I thought, why would anybody do this? But then, after I had recovered a bit, I started to feel quite good. I thought, I ran a mile. And so I kept going, but luckily, I found out how to do it properly. I can't remember the book. And I started doing a proper training plan. I started training by time rather than by distance. And I started running every other day. And actually, I've kept a running diary from 1984, and I still keep it. People record stuff electronically, but I have what I call my Stone Age Strava is a running app, my Stone Age Strava, which is a notebook and pencil. And I found one the other day from 1984, a notebook. I was fast in 1985. I was fast then. Anyway, so I kept going and I became a runner. And over the years, running has seen me through lots of happy times, sad times, divorce. There's never been a year when I haven't run, but some years I've run more than others. So I've always considered myself a runner. Now, remember why would anybody do a marathon? Well, fast forward nearly 20 years. And guess who was running in the 2003 London Marathon? Yep, yours truly. I still knew nothing. I had only done a very, very little training, but I managed to get round in a fairly respectable time. Well, for a total amateur. And then I retired in 2011, age 61. And because of my running and because I was fit, I retrained as a personal trainer. And I wouldn't have done that without running. And then in about 2015, I joined a running club. And it's weird because I thought at the time, I've got friends. I'm quite happy with my friends that I've got. And I had no idea what joining a running club would do for my social life. So now I've got loads more friends. I still run on my own, but we go for social runs. We're not fast. We just enjoy running and chatting. I do lots of new stuff. I've started really enjoying trail running. I run out in the hills. Last year, I went up to northwest Scotland, up to Cape Wrath, and ran a marathon actually on the Cape. Made more new friends there. During lockdown, I went a bit mad and I got myself a collie pup so that he can run with me when he's older. It's all to do with running. Everything is to do with running now that I'm retired. And I think I'm going to start doing ultras. An ultra is anything over a marathon. So probably about 35 miles. So as you can see, running has given me an awful lot. It's not just the running, it's all the stuff associated with running. But just to finish, if you were to ask me what my proudest moment in running has been, I would have to say it's being beaten. So on Christmas Day 2017, I ran parkrun with my 10-year-old granddaughter, and she beat me comprehensively. Never was there a prouder nanny. And that, folks, is running.